everybody, Lindsay Hine here. I'm down here in Atlanta for the Olympic Marathon Trials, interviewing the Hoka NAZ Elite team. And this episode is sponsored by Inside Tracker. Optimize your training by using Inside Tracker. Go to insidetracker.com and use the code ANOTHER at checkout. Well, we're talking to Coach Ben Rosario now. So we've got the Northern Arizona Elite team with Hoka here. Coach Ben, are you super proud of this team and excited for Saturday?
Very proud and very excited for the team, yes. The segment has been great, and it seems like it's flown by in a way, but it really has been a lot of work over the course of the last 12 weeks.
Yeah. What's you always do 12-week cycles, don't you? Is
Not
that your
necessarily.
thing?
It depends on when the previous segment ended and how, you're just working backwards really from whatever's to come. But, sometimes it has to be longer because you got to do something. If the previous segment had ended a ways back, like for example, this time around, I think Scott Smith and Steph, because they did Chicago, we kind of had to have a month where they sort of built into that point that was 12 weeks out. So I guess technically have more weeks than the others. But I thought of it, and I think I wanted them to think of it as 12 weeks. It's a little easier to wrap your mind around.
Okay, so you have 6 athletes competing in the trials on Saturday. When you kind of came up with the Northern Arizona Elite vision, did you picture being here right now for 2020 with 6 athletes who all have a great shot at making the team?
Well, this is in many ways my second big entrepreneurial venture. And the first one, we had a really detailed 5-year business plan. Myself and my business partner and Jen, my wife, was very involved in that plan. And we worked so incredibly hard on that business plan, and then we had blown past it in a year. So I kind of learned to just be present and work really hard. And I don't think that I remember having a vision for what 2020 would look like. I can tell you that in general, certainly having super high-level athletes competing for national titles and to make Olympic teams was the vision. So I don't know if this is exactly what I would have pictured, but it's very, very close.
This is one of the reasons I love talking to you so much, because I have this entrepreneur heart myself. So it's always fun to hear your thoughts and ideas. And the non-5-year business plan sounds a lot less stressful to me, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, I think that I just don't really, I'm just not a long-term thinker. It's just not how I operate. I'm much more excited about what's right in front of me. I think planning, to me, I'm a doer, not a planner.
Mm-hmm. Same, yeah. Okay, so let's go through the 6 athletes real quick, and can you just tell me something that you're proud of or excited about that maybe we don't know about that athlete that you've seen come out in them in training?
I'm prepped for this because I had a reporter ask me to do a little word about each, or one word about each person, and then why,
oh dang, I'm trying to be different than everybody
else. That
else.
was this morning, so it's just fresh in my mind. I think the women, I said that Steph was just such a leader. I'm very proud of the leader that she's become on the team, and I think in many ways it comes very naturally to her, but she it's also a burden, to have everyone look to you as the leader, and to have so many folks from outside asking you questions about the team. And she handles it all very, very well, so I'm very proud of her for that. And yet, through all that, she's extremely fit with a great chance to make the team. Kellen is super tough, which people always say, but it really is true. And she's had a lot to deal with outside of running this segment, more so than I could ever remember for her or for anyone on the team, really, quite frankly. So the fact that she's come out the other side and is really ready to go is a testament to her willpower. And Alafine is relentlessly positive, and I think that will serve her well on Saturday. It's served her well all segment, and she is just very, very ready to go. So that would be the women. On the men's side, Sid is he's very, very fit, and people maybe don't know that, which is fine with me. I'm telling you now, I guess, but he is an example of believing in not only in the program but also in himself, because his last year didn't go particularly well for a variety of reasons. But look, it's not like that. There's so many people that want success right away, but it's just not how the world works, not how running works, not how anything works really. Occasionally that happens and people really come into a new program and they hit it right away. But, more often than not, it takes time. And he was patient and he believed, and now all that patience and that loyalty and that belief, it's all paying off. So very happy about Sid. Scott and Scott have been with us for a long time. Scott Smith since the very beginning. And, his segments, we've come to expect that he'll be ready when it counts. And even though there's been some hiccups this segment, it really hasn't been unlike any other segments for him. And at the end of the segment, he had an incredible workout 2 weeks out, which is really all he needs at this point. You just need to know that he's fit and ready to go, and he'll perform very well. So feel good about Scott. And then Scott Fauble, similar, he's building quite a resume overall because he's now entering his 4th marathon. So he has a lot of miles under his belt and a lot of experience, not just over these last 12 weeks, but over these last 2 years and 3 years, and in terms of his marathon career. And this segment was, I think, potentially one that could have been sort of pressure packed because he's coming off the 209, and that's, I guess there's expectation that comes with that, but I don't feel like he treated it any different. And I think he had a really good head about it, and he knows that he's very fit. And I think now he can go into the race much like he's gone into other races, which is less so about worrying about the result and more so worrying about how he's going to attack the race. And then the result will be a byproduct of that.
Let's talk about Hoka really quick. And you have a new sponsor, the Rudy Project. I just want to give you the opportunity to give them a shout out for all their support for the team.
Yeah, well, thank you. Of course, Hoka is what makes this all possible. They've been with us since 2015, and their support is comprehensive and allows us to do everything that we do. But just a quick example. Some of the things that we've done in preparation for this race, going to Orlando with 4 of the athletes beforehand to get ready for heat and humidity and acclimate to the East Coast time zone. Bringing Alice Ride and Rory Linkletter out here to cheer just as a sort of a gift to them for their loyalty and how well or how they've been such great teammates, and so we want to reward that for them. We brought some of our board members out here. Those things aren't possible without funding, and that funding comes from Hoka. Rudy Project has joined, and now we get a good amount of funding from them as well, which is really nice. They also have wonderful sunglasses that we'll be wearing on Saturday. But I think more than that, they're a good partner for us because they believe in what we're doing. Their sports marketing manager, Chris Lupo, is a big fan of the team, and we have the kind of relationship that I want out of a partner. It's not just here's a check and hopefully you guys do well. It's here's a check and what can we do that's really super cool. And we've already been doing some interactive things with them and with our fans, and so I think they'll serve as a good template moving forward for other potential sponsors down the line.
That's so awesome. Yeah, you guys, honestly, you do such a good job bringing awareness to your sponsors.
Thank you. Well, they do a good job for us, so it's only right.
Yeah, for sure. Where will you be on Saturday on the course?
I'll be at our official Hoka Cheer Zone.
I saw that on your
Mile 1
on your
Max Lauders
group.
is the name of the restaurant. I think I'm saying it right. I don't know how else you would say it. But that's at Mile 1, also 9 and 17. But also you see them coming back. So it's really more, it's like 1 and 4 and 9 and 13 and 17 and 21.
Dang.
So we'll be able to see them 6 times from that spot. And then you can very easily walk from there to the finish. So I don't know why I just wouldn't go there. It's going to be the best place to be. So I hope others join us.
Okay, I'll be there.
Okay.
Because I have a bunch of girlfriends coming in. We're staying in a big Airbnb tomorrow, and we don't have no game plan. So I'm going to tell them that's our new game plan.
Now you have a game plan.
Yeah, because I was looking at the map trying to figure out where to be around. So you'll see everybody at 17. Is that the last time you'll see them?
No,
before
I
the
mean,
finish?
I think that's when they're heading out on Peachtree. Then as they come back, I'll see them again at 21.
Okay, so what does Coach Ben say to different athletes as they come by? Do you have like a key phrase or anything?
I'm just trying to articulate or give off the same vibe that I hope they have internally, which is early, being very relaxed. And if I'm saying anything, I hope it's coming off as very confident and relaxed. Looks good. You're in a great spot. Beautiful, all that kind of stuff. And then, it would only be late that I would be really screaming, because that's what's happening in your head. It's just yeah, you're just going, you're just attacking at that point. So, somewhere in the last 4 miles, just really getting after them.
Okay, and lastly, what is your message to the athletes beforehand?
I'm just very confident in them. So I think we've prepared well, and we're ready. I don't really do the rah-rah speech because, we don't do that throughout the segment, so I'm not going to do it now. We have very hard workouts that are very specific to the marathon. We prepare, we execute those workouts, so it's much the same on Saturday. And we have so much data on our team, on our side, from years and years of this, and this segment is a culmination of all those segments, and we've incorporated all these things that we know work 100%. So we're 100% sure that we're ready to go. Now this is the fun part. They get to race, and there's a lot of hard decisions to be made, but I can't make those for them. I think we've given them the tools to make those decisions, and I'm of the belief that they'll make the right ones.
I love it. Well, thank you for this opportunity and allowing me to interview your team 2 days before the trials. I just admire everything you're doing, and I like to see, how this goes. So
Thank you. And I'm glad you're coming to Max Lagers. It'll be fun.
I'm coming, yeah.
Okay.
Best of luck.
All right. See ya.
Thanks.
A big thanks to Inside Tracker for supporting this episode of the show. Go to insidetracker.com and use the code ANOTHER to get 10% off your order. And a big thanks to the Omni Hotels for giving us a great place to record the interviews.